Good morning. I wanted to pop on live and see how everyone is doing. Hi. Hello. Hi. How are you doing today? Good. Hard. So I totally wanted to come on and clarify, because someone I guess got kind of butthurt on the comment, who was probably the same one who left the comment on Reddit. But no, I'm not offended at all. When someone said that they couldn't finish, I just kind of felt bad, and I was like, damn. But someone left a comment on my page, and I've never been one to put other people's comments out there. I don't like to put people on blast. I don't think that's appropriate when you're bigger, when you have a bigger page. But to insinuate that I needed to grow up and ignore the comments, it's kind of a stupid thing to say, because you're implying that if you grow up, you're going to ignore everything in life, and that's just not even remotely accurate. And if you are, you must be God, because no person on planet Earth is going to ignore every comment that comes your way, especially when your job is to be on social media. You're not going to ignore comments. That would be an asshole move to do in the first place, is to assume that you are God's, gift, and if anyone doesn't like it, they can just go, pound sand. You want to get people's feedback. You want to know that what you're putting out there, genuine or not, you want to know that what you're putting out there, people respond to, they like. And if they don't, it is important and it's crucial to any person who wants to be successful on social media. It's crucial to listen to people's feedback. So if someone says something that maybe isn't the most flattering thing, yeah, sometimes you can bypass that and you go, it's not their thing. But there are some comments when it's kind of repeated comments, and then you go, okay, there's something to this. I should pay attention to it. And for people to say, why can't you just grow up and ignore it? I mean, do you ignore every single comment that comes your way that may not be the best? No. And you can't tell me that you do, because we all kind of worry, we all kind of wonder, especially if you're putting your entire body on social media, and especially for someone like me, where my stuff is spread across every platform that I know of. So I just kind of thought that was sort of a silly comment to make to me and say, hey, why can't you grow up and ignore the negative comments? Because first of all, maybe they're not negative. Maybe it really is someone trying to give feedback. And that's why I put in the post that I wasn't hurt. Honestly, at first, I sent it to my husband. I took a screenshot of the Reddit and I sent it to my husband. I was like, oh shit, solid burn. So for anyone who has watched Trolls, you know that line. She's like, solid burn, Branch. And so I always use that when someone really hits me hard with a burn, and it doesn't have to be bad. It could just be well, damn. And that was how I felt yesterday. I was like, well, damn. And then when someone else concurred and said, yes, you said it perfectly, I was like, well, shit, this isn't the first, second, or even third time that I've heard someone say this. I'm curious, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but when you're commenting on my body, it's my body. I have, obviously every right to comment. And just as you have every right to say how you feel. So it has to be a two-way street. I don't think it's appropriate for people to say, ignore the haters, ignore the comments, because 9 times out of 10, they're the ones that are leaving the comments. So they don't want you to respond to it. And people think, well, because you're on social media, you should know that that's coming. Well, that doesn't mean that it's justified, or that I should somehow have this shield up, or that anyone should. We're all human beings, and I kind of wish we could stop this whole, let people say whatever they want and you just need to move on from it. And I'm like, no, that's not how life works. If you're at a job and someone, really pushes your buttons and says something that's really derogatory, are you just going to sit there and take it? No. Of course you're not. So why should people take it online? Maybe there are some that can, like all comments. I've never seen one person be able to do that. Some I do, some I don't, some I choose to press. And right now, you guys are seeing all of me, and I'm extremely expressive, and I show my vulnerabilities. So sometimes you're gonna get me where you're gonna think, God, she's really complaining. And it's because I'm going through something, and the way that I handle things is I'm vocal about it. And yes, my husband's gonna see this. I'm wearing his sweatshirt. Let's see. How long have you been using Twitter for? Since 2017, August of 2017. Ah, we are. I will finish it for him. I'm an Alabama girl. I'm wearing this because it was the first thing I saw. We are Penn State. It's not mine. Not mine. It's my husband's. um, sorry. Let me push this closer to me. Okay. I'm reading. Sorry. Okay. I was thinking, why Penn State? Yeah, I know. It was the first thing that I saw in the closet, and I was actually running a little bit late. So I was like, whoops. And my husband's always telling me, stop wearing my stuff. So, yeah. He won't listen to the live because he'll just like ask me, like, what did you say? Give me like the synopsis. But he'll probably see that I'm in his sweatshirt. So if he does happen to listen to this one, sorry. I've been told that I sound like a dying duck by a customer. Oh my God. Dang. Like, and of course you take it to heart because you don't want to like piss people off, and you don't want to upset people. But it's like, seriously, when part of your job on social media is to have people, go the whole way. I obviously am trying not to say it. And they don't, then you're just like, well, damn. I don't want to be the reason someone goes from boop to boop, and I just feel really bad. So, I like don't mean any disrespect. Like, I was genuinely curious. I was like, well, shit, maybe there is something to this, and I like feedback. And even if it's not, even if it's something about me, I would like the feedback so that way I know. And maybe there's nothing that I can do about it, but just so that I'm aware that, hey, some people, they're not going to like, how you talk, and they're not going to like how you move, and they're not going to like how you look. And they're going to be turned off, or if you're too peppy. I mean, I've had moments in my videos where I was way too peppy, or I was way too, animated. I get really into it. So, I mean, who knows? But I personally think it's good to know. No way, Papa Bear. Oh my goodness. I've had a lot of people make kind of like comments like that. But that like hits hard. So I cannot imagine how that made you feel. I am so sorry. Um, I know. An Alabama girl wearing a Penn State sweatshirt. I know, I've seen it all. I know. Don't get upset. Oh, I'm definitely not upset. I'm definitely not upset. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to come on live, because I was like, no, and I put it in the tweet. I'm like, I'm not upset. Again, I said this to like two other people in my replies. At first, it like made me laugh, and I wasn't laughing at them, but it was just like, when someone hits you really hard with a burn, and all you can go is damn, and then high five them. My husband and I do that to each other. We hit each other with really solid burns, and we high five the other one when it's just like really hits hard. And we don't mean it, obviously, in like a cruel way. And I don't think that the people who were writing that meant it, but I was genuinely curious. And you could obviously tell I'm not upset. If I were upset, I wouldn't be lively. Like everybody knows when I get upset how I am. No, nothing like that. But I was just sort of like, ouch. Like, high five for that burn, and put it back in my pocket and just take 2 steps back. I feel like Homer Simpson. He goes into the bushes. I was like, I did not see this. I was like, oh shit, Brittany. Way to go. People always tell me I need to find Jesus. That's the best response. So I always reply, why is he lost? I read like some of the snarky responses that I get from people. I'll read them to my husband, and I'm like, damn. And he's like, well, how did you reply? And I was like, well, I either didn't reply or I said, so sorry, or something like that. And he's like, Brittany, you gotta learn to be snarky back to people sometimes. He's like, because they're just not expecting that. He's like, you're snarky with us. Why can't you be snarky to people on social media? I was like, because that's just not how I am. I'm snarky to y'all because I live with you guys, and because you guys are really snarky back. And if I don't get snarky, I'm gonna get left behind. So that's why I'm snarky with my family. What's the time there? It's 12:34 a.m. here. Oh my goodness. It is 10:30. No, sorry. Oh, it's 11 o'clock here. 11 a.m. Oh. Are you a Penn State fan? No, I'm not. My husband is. So I'm wearing his sweatshirt. I have big boobs, and like all of my sweatshirts are either so baggy, they're like out to here, or they're like tight. So his is like the sweatshirts that I go, they're perfect. I feel like Goldilocks. Trying on sweatshirts. Too baggy, too small, just right. And it happens to be my husband's. And it's the same with like his underwear, his sweatpants. Everything fits me. So I can't figure out if that's a bad thing or not. Okay. Sorry, I'm late and not able to catch up on everything you post. Where are you currently residing? So I am in Washington State right now, and my kids had a 2-hour delay because it was snowing. So let me. In my family, if you aren't sarcastic, you won't survive. Yeah, so in my family too. Look at our gazebo. I finally got our gazebo up. Correction. My husband and my oldest did. They call it a gazebo. It's like a, I don't know what it's called, like an awning or whatever. But you know, shit. It's a gazebo for all intents and purposes. I don't think I said that right. But I bet the little ones love the snow. No, oh my God! Hi, Vivi. So no, we didn't go out in it or anything like that. It snowed overnight, but yeah, Peyton was like happy because my youngest, I swear he's gonna be a meteorologist when he grows up. Because he checks the weather 24/7. When he gets up in the morning, it's the first thing he does is he checks the weather. So he was just happy that it snowed some, and it snowed the other day as well, but just like a little bit, and it's already starting to melt. It's cold, so yeah, but they were happy. The gazebo looks cool. Thank you. I'm taking all the credit for it. Because my husband and my oldest aren't here. I slaved for hours. I feel so bad because we're like knocking everything down that we had bought and just kind of like put to the side because we had too many things going on that we needed to take care of. So I had like kind of a list going of things that we needed to knock down and sort of the order that I wanted them knocked down in. And most of these things are things that I am not doing because I'm busy doing other things. So it's a list I make for my husband and my oldest. So this gazebo is one of them, and then our hot tub is the other one. And it's a hot tub, but it's not, you know, what you guys think. Like, we had looked at really decent hot tubs. We went to the like Olympia hot tub place or whatever, but they're expensive. And since we're not staying here, I was like, yeah, hot tubs don't travel well in the military. I believe the military doesn't move hot tubs, but the place that we were going to order from, they will pack it up for you, but it's an expensive like process to pack up like a really big expensive hot tub. So I told my husband over Christmas break, I was like, well, why don't we just buy one like off of Amazon that's like an inflatable one. So I found one that's like $700 or whatever, and I was like, well, that's like a hell of a lot cheaper, you know, than buying a really really expensive one. So we have that crap sitting in our garage still, and I'm like, so we're like knocking things down, and the gazebo was one of them. And yeah, so that'll be next. I'm like excited for that, because inflatable or not, hot tub's a hot tub. So you must be missing Hawaii. Yeah. I don't miss like the shipping, but I do miss the weather. I miss the sun a lot. But you know, I learned being in the military to embrace where you're at. And you know, since we've lived in Washington before, it's where we wanted to retire. I think it's just, I had not been, so we lived in Florida for 3 years, which is really hot and it's humid, but there was something special about Hawaii that I don't even think I can put my finger on it. I really really enjoyed it. So when we had actually talked about going back this summer and taking 2 weeks and going there and bringing our cat with us, because our cat, I couldn't leave her alone. Ever since she was in quarantine in Hawaii, she can't be left alone. She just is a very emotional, needy cat, and I couldn't do that to her. So we would have to quarantine her. That's a whole process, and that's a lot of money. So we decided not to do it this year, and just maybe wait until next year and do it that way. But I mean, I love Washington. I absolutely love Washington. It's where, even though I'm from Alabama, like as a couple and as a family, Washington is where we personally have called home. But now we're just so like, yeah, not thinking we're gonna be able to stay here. Houses are uber expensive here. It's extremely expensive to live. And where we live, there's like a school of enlightenment that's not too far from where we live. So everything around us, if you don't know the School of Enlightenment, you should, you know, YouTube it. But everything around us, because of this huge compound, it's extremely expensive all around. So yeah. You supervise. That's the most important job. I did. I was folding laundry when they were building that gazebo, and I was looking out my window and could see them building it, and was just like sweating with them. It was raining. So let's just say that night I took them all out for dinner, and then, you know, I said thank you to my husband in a different way. Oh, and then my son, because my son got this. He got the Stranger Things upside down, because, you know, I felt really bad. They had been doing a lot of work for the last like month, just nonstop. So I wanted to say thank you. Plus my son had a really good report card, so I felt like it coincided with that. The honey-do list. Yes, it was. Well, still is. So there are some things that we still need to do. And y'all, please, some positive thoughts and vibes. I don't know if y'all remember, but when we first moved to Washington 6 months ago, we ordered ceiling fans because our house doesn't have AC. It has an HVAC and it has heat, but there's no AC. And it gets hot in the summer. So we were like, well, we need ceiling fans because the house doesn't have ceiling fans. So we bought ceiling fans and we got the installation. paid for all of that, which is expensive, by the way. But Lowe's partners with a different company, and we couldn't figure out why they kept canceling and rescheduling on us. Like, it was at least 6 times. And so finally, I became Karen, and I called them and chewed them out and said, "Screw you, I want my money back," because no one was ever coming. They just kept constantly rescheduling the day of, like the hour of, and I was like, "No, I don't have time for that crap. That's unacceptable. Like, I'm not putting up with that." So we thought, okay, well, we'll wait until now when it's not summer, and we will go ahead and try Lowe's again. So the company that they partner with, again, we paid for the installation. We got our money back before, paid for it again. It was a little bit cheaper this time. I was like, yay! Got our appointment scheduled. They canceled again, and I was like, are you kidding me? So I didn't wait at all. I immediately called the company that they partner with, and you want to talk about like me raising my voice? I raised my voice, and I sat there and chewed this lady out for like 15 minutes, and she kept trying to interrupt me and was getting nasty with me, and I was like, I'm not done. And I'm never, like, that's how pissed off I was, because this has been an ongoing process for 6 months, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I was like, what the hell? Come to find out, the company that Lowe's uses is, what they do is, this company has their own installations, and if they see that they're scheduled to come here and Lowe's didn't give them enough money, they cancel it and throw it to somebody else. So it's like the highest bidder type thing. And I was like, well, that's bullshit. That is inappropriate, inexcusable, and not professional, even in the slightest. So I have an appointment for today. How much you would have bet she like was sitting there noting on there, cancel as many times as possible. Get her so furious. I was like, damn, my husband, when I got off, we were watching a movie, because that's when I got the text saying they had, canceled our appointment again. And I was like, oh, hell no. And it was late, and I was calling him up, and I didn't realize that my kids and my husband had pushed pause on the movie. And when I came back, my husband was like, damn. He's like, I've never heard you use that kind of language at all on customer service. And I said, and I told the woman several times that I felt bad, and I realized it's not her fault. But then when she started getting snippy at me, oh, I was pulling out. I was Karen. I was like, oh, hell no. I don't think so, ma'am. She's like, damn. Go, hold on. Go bursker on them. What's that mean? I felt kind of bad afterwards. I was like, man, maybe I was like aggressive, and my husband's like, no, 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 like, you need to be. He's like, you don't like confrontation, and you're way too polite. He's like, but this has been an ongoing issue, and he's like, it's not like it was free. We paid over $500 just for the installation for them to keep canceling, and I'm fortunate because I work at home. But if I didn't, can you imagine how many appointments I would be constant, or how many times I had to constantly take off of work or miss some work just because the people that they've partnered with? I was like, come on, man. Love your look. Oh, thank you. It's the half makeup look. I don't look too shabby, but I don't quite know if I'm bangable right now. I got the Karen in me. You're a combination of a beautiful, funny wife and a loving and caring mother. Oh my goodness, thank you. I appreciate it. Like, I really do. I have my moments when I'm like none of the above. They're few and far between, but there is sometimes that I'm sure my family's like, we don't want to be anywhere near you. Go away. Always bangable. Thank you. You look so pretty when you laugh. Oh my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, I appreciate it. But, yeah. Oh, now the sun's out. So I'm gonna head on off here in a minute. I'm gonna go to the grocery store. We're having leftover potato cheeseburger potato bacon soup, and I've made that quite a few times. A lot of people know that recipe I like a lot, but we added corn this time. It was sweet corn, and it was so fantastic. It added just like that crunch that you needed, and it was just, oh my god, it made it more of a chowder, which I really liked. So um, sometimes you need to find Jesus for patience. Another time you need to find your inner Karen and get it done. Heckers, yeah. I 100% agree there. Or I'm starting to. I never really have my buttons pushed, but that like really did. And I was like, oh hell no. That's not gonna fly. And even if I get blacklisted from the company they're working with, I'm gonna make sure if it continues to happen, I'm gonna make sure that I go into Lowe's and explain it to them, because I don't know if they quite understand or if they care, but I just find it ridiculous. I know I'm not the only person, because if you go on to, I'm not gonna say this, the company, but if you go onto the app that they partner with, there's nothing but bad reviews saying that they've done the same thing. And I talked about this before, that they are just canceling on everyone. And I'm like, if you see this, don't you think maybe you should make a change? Don't you think maybe that's a you problem at that point? If like everyone underneath the sun who is partnering, you know, through different stores is telling you this. So I find that batshit crazy. That's just weird. Yeah, it's not mine. It's not mine. It's my husband's. I threw it on. I swear I can't put anything on. I can tell you what you will never find me in. You will never find me in an Auburn sweatshirt. So, yeah. But this is my husband's. My husband's from Pennsylvania. And I saw it, and I was just like trying to, you know, walk my son to school. So I threw it on. Damn Penn State, damn it to hell. Should be an Alabama fan. But I had to wear it. And it's so comfy and cozy. What about LSU? So no, probably wouldn't wear LSU either. However, back when LSU had Les Miles, yes, I probably would have. I always liked him as a coach. I really do like Les Miles. I talk about him often because I just feel bad. I feel like he just got like thrown to the wolves. So I like Les Miles a lot, and I can never say his name right. Leonard Fournette. I like him a lot. I think he was probably one of the best to come out of LSU. I really enjoy watching him, and I'm just happy to see him in the NFL. Um, ba, ba, ba. We've changed partners at work because of the bad reviews. See, some people get it. Oh, okay, hold on. Someone said, hold on. I wanted to make sure I was completely covered up. Because, you know, sometimes one be like popping out. And you can't do that on Twitter Live. So I was like, yeah, let's just make sure these bad boys are covered. So, okay, I'm going to hop off. I got to get going. Y'all take care. Have a miles to smiles day. And yes, to the people who left the comments on Reddit, no, I'm not upset. And it made me laugh. And it made me feel bad. So no, I don't take offense to it. I'm not hurt. I'm not butthurt at all. I was actually genuinely curious. Like, I swear to you, you would know if I was, like, hurt or offended. I just was like, damn, I don't want to be the reason why someone goes from this to this. And I just felt really bad. So, all right. I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye, guys.